Have you ever wondered what it takes to lead over 1 billion people and still remain humble? Picture a man who chooses a modest guest house over a palace, washes the feet of prisoners, and speaks out on global issues. This isn't just any leader, this is Pope Francis, a shepherd for our times. Welcome to the Heart of Catholicism YouTube channel, the Catholic path to peace, where God's faith changes our lives. Pope Francis stands as one of the most influential figures of our era, and it's not just because he leads 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. His impact reaches far beyond the walls of the Vatican, touching on politics, climate change, and humanitarian issues that affect us all. What sets him apart isn't just his position, but his approachability, his humility, and his willingness to tackle modern challenges head-on. In a world often divided, Pope Francis has become a unifying voice of moral clarity and compassion. But who is the man behind the papal robes? Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1936, Francis came from humble beginnings. The son of Italian immigrants, he worked as a chemical technician before hearing the call to priesthood. Long before he donned the white cassock, Bergoglio was known for his simple lifestyle and dedication to serving the poor. This wasn't just a phase. It was the foundation of a lifelong commitment that would shape his papacy. The year 2013 marked a turning point for the Catholic Church. With the historic resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, the stage was set for change. Enter Cardinal Bergoglio, soon to become Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope, the first from the Americas, and the first non-European pontiff in over 1,200 years. His election wasn't just a new chapter for the Church. It was a signal to the world that the winds of change were blowing through the Vatican. From day one, Pope Francis has redefined what it means to be the leader of the Catholic Church. He eschewed the grandeur of the Apostolic Palace for a simple guest house. He's been known to pick up the phone and call ordinary people, mingle freely with crowds, and perform acts of service that many would consider beneath the dignity of his office. But for Francis, this is precisely what dignity means, leading not from a throne, but from the ground, among the people he serves. This leadership style has made Pope Francis a relatable figure, even to those outside the Catholic faith. He's shown that true authority comes not from titles or traditions, but from living out the values one preaches. In a world often cynical about religious leaders, Francis has cut through the noise with actions that speak louder than words. At the heart of Pope Francis's papacy are teachings that resonate far beyond the Church. He has consistently called attention to the plight of the poor and marginalized, urging a shift from a throwaway culture to one of compassion and inclusion. His vision of the Church is not as a fortress of doctrine, but as a field hospital for the wounded souls of humanity. Perhaps most notably, Pope Francis has taken a strong stance on environmental responsibility. His 2015 encyclical Laudato Si was groundbreaking in its approach to climate change. Francis framed care for the planet not just as a scientific or political issue, but as a moral and spiritual imperative. This perspective has given new urgency to the fight against climate change, uniting people of faith with environmental activists in a common cause. Interfaith dialogue and peace-building have also been hallmarks of Francis's papacy. He has reached out to leaders of other religions, including Muslims, Jews, and Orthodox Christians, in an effort to promote mutual understanding and respect. In a world often torn apart by religious differences, Pope Francis has shown that faith can be a bridge rather than a barrier. Yet, leadership at this level is never without its challenges. Pope Francis faces the delicate task of modernizing the Church while preserving its core traditions. He has had to confront the painful legacy of sexual abuse scandals that have shaken the Church to its foundations. His push for reform has met resistance from more conservative elements within Catholicism. These challenges underscore the complexity of his role. He is not just an inspirational figure, but a leader navigating treacherous waters of change and tradition. What's remarkable about Pope Francis is how his influence extends far beyond the Catholic community. He has become a respected voice on global issues that affect us all. Whether speaking at the United Nations, addressing the U.S. Congress, or meeting with world leaders, Francis brings a moral perspective that transcends religious boundaries. Even those who don't share his faith often find themselves nodding in agreement with his calls for justice, compassion, and care for our common home. In many ways, Pope Francis has redefined what it means to be a pope in the 21st century. He has made the papacy more human, more accessible, and more engaged with the pressing issues of our time. His legacy is about creating a church that walks alongside people in their joys and sorrows, that is unafraid to get its hands dirty in the work of making the world a better place. As we reflect on the leadership of Pope Francis, we're reminded of the power of humility, service, and compassion. Whether you're religious or not, his example offers valuable lessons about how to live with kindness, how to prioritize those on the margins of society, and how to care for the planet we all share. In a world that often seems dark and divided, Pope Francis stands as a beacon of hope and unity. He challenges us all to look beyond our differences and see our common humanity. As we conclude this exploration of his life and impact, let's take a moment to consider how we can incorporate these values into our own lives. What small act of kindness could you perform today? How might you reach out to someone different from yourself? In what ways can you be a better steward of the environment? These are the questions Pope Francis invites us all to ponder, regardless of our faith or background. We'd love to hear your thoughts. How has Pope Francis inspired you? What lessons from his leadership resonate most with you? Share your reflections in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos exploring leadership, faith, and our shared humanity. Together, we can build a world of greater compassion, understanding, and hope, one small act at a time.